Now, honorable senators, I wish to report to the Senate that I have, pursuant to Standing Order 48.3, received a message from the Speaker of the County Assembly of Kericho regarding a resolution of the County Assembly of Kericho for the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Dr. Eric Mutahi, Governor of Kericho County, pursuant to Article 181(1)(a), (b), and (c) of the Constitution, as read together with Section 33 of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 7013A of the County Assembly of Kericho. The message, which was conveyed to the Speaker of the Senate via the letter reference KCA/SP/3 Volume 1 into brackets 39, dated Friday, 15th of August 2025, signed by the Speaker of the County Assembly of Kericho and received in my office on Monday, 18th of August 2025, listed the following grounds of impeachment against the governor. 1, gross violation of the Constitution and other laws. Allegation number 1, misappropriation and misallocation of county finances. The particulars of this allegation are that the governor engaged in various acts of gross violation of Articles 10, 183, and 201 of the Constitution, Section 102 and 109 of the Public Finance Management Act, Cap 41(2)A, and the provisions of the Kericho County Rating Act, number 5 of 2029, by doing the following. A, authorizing the misappropriation and misallocation of county finances through fictitious payments for goods, services, and works which were never delivered or only particular or partially done, totaling to 85,704,522.90. This included irregular claims such as maintenance of 15 residential houses, undelivered agricultural inputs like soya beans and maize germ, and overpriced supplies, including sodas allegedly bought at 500 shillings per bottle, tissue paper at 2,750 shillings per bale, and hand towels at 3,600 shillings apiece. Payments amounting to Kenya shillings 5,172,715.60 were also made to companies without supporting documents, including Mengro Products Limited, Hildama Construction, Brisac Construction, Prospera Ventures, and IBM Pro Construction. In some cases, contractors were paid twice from retention accounts for works completed more than 5 years ago. Number 2, contravening procurement laws by failing to establish tender opening committees, neglecting to seek professional opinions, splitting contracts to avoid open tendering, and failing to conduct market surveys. This resulted in exorbitant pricing of goods and services, which are often paid for in advance despite the county accumulating pending bills amounting to 1.1 billion. The County Assembly's ad hoc committee on alleged fictitious payments in its report tabled in August 2024 confirmed fraudulent documentation, forged signatures, and deliberate attempts to cover up theft. When these matters were exposed, the governor publicly dismissed the whistleblower's claims. Number 3, overseeing the misappropriation of over 351 million under the National Agricultural Value Chain Development Project, funds intended to support farmers, cooperatives in all 30 wards were diverted, with only 19 wards benefiting. And even then, many received only substandard furniture and farm inputs without delivery notes or proof of quality. Procurement under the program was centralized and handled without transparency, in contravention of donor and statutory requirements. 4, presiding over irregularities under the Financing Locally Led Climate Action (FLOCA) Fund, where projects were distributed unfairly and based on nepotism. The governor ensured that his home ward of Chemosot alone received projects worth 21.7 million, while several other wards received none. Further, a number of the funded projects were defective, incomplete, or substandard, yet were recorded as fully complete. Number 5, launching the Equalizer Kazi Mtaani initiative on or about 31st of August 2023 and drawing county funds towards it without legislation to anchor the program, without approval by the county assembly or the controller budget, and without public participation. A total of Kenya shillings 39 million was irregularly spent under this initiative without proper tendering, local service orders, or delivery of services. The Assembly's ad hoc committee report, which exposed these violations, was deliberately ignored by the governor. Number 6, misappropriation of funds under strategic intervention projects, SIPs. For example, in the case of the upgrading of cognac dispensary at a health center, where the contractor was paid over 8.5 million, despite no works having been undertaken, contrary to reports submitted to the Assembly. Number 7, coercing county executive committee members and chief officers to divert funds from the departmental allocations to the personal use, channeled through his personal assistants. The governor has presided over glaring procurement irregularities, including irregular tender awards, inflated contracts, and fraudulent implementation of county programs. These matters have been consistently flagged in successive Auditor General's reports as evidence of massive theft of public funds. And number 8, misusing county emergency funds to compensate victims of the Londiani accident, thereby covering up for donations that had been raised by the public but were misappropriated by committee constituted by the governor. Allegation number 2, misappropriation and or abating misappropriation of public raised funds. The particulars of this allegation are that the governor, on various days between 4th and 9th of July 2023, violated the provisions of Article 10, 73 and 75 of the Constitution, and Section 29 and 39 of the Leadership and Integrity Act by doing the following. 1, overseeing misappropriation of funds raised for the victims of the horrendous Londiani Junction accident tragedy, in which over 9 million of public raised funds were lost, and reneging on his undertaking to implement the report of the County Assembly Ad hoc Committee formed to probe misappropriation of the funds meant for the victims of the accident. Number 2, being personally and directly complicit in the flawed award of direct tenders for service providers during the fundraiser and requiem mass of the victims of the accident. Number 3, failing to ensure that decision-making in the executive office of the county governor is not influenced by corruption, nepotism, and other callous and improper motives, hence failure to exercise objectivity and impartiality, thus violating Article 732B of the Constitution of Kenya. Number 2, abuse of office. Allegation number 1, illegal appointments, unlawful dismissal and transfers, and usurpation of constitutional and statutory functions of county public service. The particulars of this allegation are that the governor has variously engaged in gross misconduct and gross violations of Articles 10, 73, 75, 232, 235, and 236 of the Constitution, Section 17 of the Public Officers Act, Section 55, 59, 59A, 60, 62, 63, 64, and 65 of the County Governments Act, Section 4 of the Public Appointments, County Assemblies Approval Act, and variously abused his office by doing the following. 1, engaging in skewed and nepotistic appointments of county employees. The governor hired his brother as a revenue clerk and confirmed his aide's wife as a nurse ahead of other long-serving contract nurses who were denied similar opportunities. These appointments were not only irregular, but also discriminatory, undermining the values of fairness, equity, and integrity in the public service. Number 2, illegally appointing a county attorney while a substantive office holder was still in place. This irregular appointment was challenged before the Employment and Labor Relations Court, which declared it unlawful, unprocedural, and unconstitutional, and further ordered the governor personally to pay costs of Kenya shillings 2 million. Number 3, politicizing public recruitment by causing the advertisement of vacancies for doctors, nurses, and ECD teachers, despite knowing that the county had no financial capacity to hire such staff, The process was later abandoned. Number 4, irregularly deploying health staff without any consultation with or authority of the County Public Service Board, creating confusion and disruption in the delivery of health services. And number 5, arbitrarily dismissing senior county officers, including 10 county executive committee members, 6 chief officers, 2 chiefs of staff, and other senior officers without just cause or due process. Allegation number 2, subversion, discrediting, and impeding of the oversight role of the County Assembly. The particulars of this allegation are that the governor, on 3rd of September 2024, engaged in gross misconduct and grossly violated the provisions of Article 10, 73, 75, and 174 and 185, 3 of the Constitution, and abused his office by writing to the Speaker, purporting to direct the Speaker on, inter alia, the timelines the Speaker should give the chief officers who were summoned by the Assembly for questioning in exercise of the Assembly's oversight mandate. Number 3, gross misconduct. The particulars of this allegation are that the governor has repeatedly engaged in gross misconduct and gross violation of the provisions of Articles 10, 73, and 75 of the Constitution and Sections 29 and 34 of the Leadership and Integrity Act by doing the following. 1, leading an illegal land invasion and acting in contempt of court immediately after assuming office. The governor led a mob to invade private property belonging to Mr. Josiah Kiplagat Kogu in Kericho town, tearing its fence, and designating it as a county dump site. This was done without the consent of the owner, without approval of the National Environment Management Authority, without gazettement by the county, and in defiance of subsisting court order. These actions amounted to contempt of court, blatant disregard for the rule of law, and exposed the county to damages and costs. Number 2, engaging in persistent bullying, intimidation, and harassment of county staff, thereby creating a toxic environment. The governor coerced officers, dismissed them arbitrarily without due process, and denied them the right to fair administrative action and hearing as guaranteed under Articles 41, 47, and 50 of the Constitution. Officers who did not conform to his directives were targeted, resulting in fear, despondency, and dysfunction within the County Public Service Board. Number 3, persistently using divisive, abusive, and unbecoming language in the conduct of his duties, contrary to the Leadership and Integrity Act. Such conduct has brought dishonor and disrepute to the office of the governor and undermined the values of Chapter 6 of the Constitution, which demands that state officers uphold integrity, dignity, respect for the people, and honor in the public service. Now, honorable senators, annexed to the letter convening the decision of the County Assembly were the following documents. 1, copy of approved notice of motion dated 6th of August 2025, laid on the table of the Assembly on Wednesday 6th August 2025, afternoon sitting. Number 2, certified copy of a list of members with signatures in support of a motion for removal of the Kericho County Governor by impeachment dated 6th of August 2025. Number 3, order papers for the Assembly sitting of Wednesday 6th of August 2025, afternoon sitting, on Friday 15th of August 2025, special sitting. Copy of the Gazette notice for special sitting of Friday 15th of August 2025. Certified Hansard reports for the Assembly sittings of Wednesday 6th of August 2025, afternoon sitting, and Friday 15th of August 2025, special sitting. Copies of letters dated 6th and 13th of August 2025, reference number KCA/SP/3 volume 1 into brackets 37, and KCA/SP/3 volume 1 into brackets 38, respectively, inviting the governor of Kericho to respond to the tabled impeachment motion. Copy of affidavit of service by Mrs. Sharon Chemngetich Mibei, serving His Excellency the Governor of Kericho County, with an invitation letter and a copy laid notice of impeachment motion, together with evidence and another letter for supplementary evidence and memorandum on behalf of the Speaker and County Assembly of Kericho. Certified copy of electronic voting extracts, 33 votes on the motion for the impeachment of His Excellency the Governor of Kericho County, held during the Assembly sitting of Friday, 15th of August, 2025. Documents tabled during the debate on the motion for removal of the Governor of Kericho County by impeachment. A, payment vouchers for lands, housing and physical planning department made to Denby Holdings Limited, Debray Ventures Limited, and Cranby Group. B, payment vouchers for the Agriculture, Livestock and Cooperative Management Department made to Danju Enterprise Limited, Leary Enterprise Limited, Mabsa General Supplies Limited, Aksak Technologies Limited, Pikenda's Company, and Joylee Group Limited. A procurement plan and a memo for supply and delivery of assorted office stationaries. Payment vouchers for Public Works, Roads and Transport Department made to Simron Construction Company Limited and Rail Supplies Limited and Tokila General Supplies. Payment vouchers for Finance Economic Planning Department made to one Alcraft Voucher, Roreki Limited, Danke Limited, Finch Focus Limited, and Jomax Holding Limited, and Benlock Ventures Limited. Payment vouchers for Health Services Department made to Afroscape Limited and Sleek Solutions Limited. Payment vouchers for Water, Energy, Environment, Forestry and Natural Resources made to Chebena Construction Supply and Rowley Ventures Limited. Report on pending bills by the Committee on Ad Hoc. Report of the Committee on Water Environment on FLOCA projects. NAF-CDP report by the Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries. Ad Hoc Committee report on Kazi Mutani. Report by the Department of Finance, Economic Planning, Strategic Interventions Phase 2, and 2 photos, 4 affidavits, 1 judgment and 1 ruling. Ad Hoc Committee report on Londiani incident, Auditor General's reports, correspondence between the Governor and the Speaker dated the 20th of August 2024 and 3rd of September 2024, advertisement for vacancies by County Public Service Board, an internal memo on redeployment of staff and the Health Service Department, a Facebook extract, and letters of termination. Ad Hoc Committee report on alleged fictitious payment, voucher for Mengro Products Limited, retention, other companies that are paid retention money, evidence of public participation as follows: an extract of standard newspaper advertisement for public participation on notice of motion for removal of Dr. Eric Kipkoech Mutahi, Governor of County Government of Kericho, by impeachment. 2, a scanned memorandum and submissions received in response to the notice of motion for removal of Dr. Eric Mutahi as Governor of Kericho County. Number 3, a public participation register for the collection of memorandum. And 4, a report on public participation. Governor's response and volume 1 and 2, Kericho County standing orders, flash disk containing video evidence, and 3 transcripts. Now, honorable senators, in terms of the way forward, following the reading of the charges against the Governor, Standing Order 81B of the Senate, as read together with Section 33(3)B of the County Governments Act, give the Senate 2 options on how to proceed with this matter. The Senate may, A, by resolution, appoint a special committee comprising 11 of its members to investigate the matter, or B, investigate the matter in plenary. The Senate Majority Leader will, at the appointed time, during this sitting, give notice of motion for the establishment of a special committee. Should this motion be carried, the special committee will be required under Section 33(4) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 82 of the Senate, standing orders, to investigate the matter and to report to the Senate on whether it finds the particulars of the allegations against the Governor to have been substantiated. In the event that the motion for the establishment of a special committee does not pass, the fallback position is that the Senate shall proceed to investigate and consider the matter in plenary. In the event, I will appoint the dates on which the Senate will sit in plenary to to hear and determine the charges against the governor. Honorable Senators, to emphasize that when we come to the debate on the motion for the establishment of the special committee, debate on the motion shall be limited to the substance of the motion, principally whether or not to establish the special committee. It shall not be a debate on the substance of the impeachment or its merits, propriety, prudence, or even constitutionality or legality of the process that have preceded the submission of this matter to the Senate. It is therefore not permissible to deviate to any issues other than that motion before the Senate. In the meantime, and during the pendency of this impeachment process in the Senate, I wish to caution honorable senators to refrain from publicly commenting on the merits or demerits of the impeachment motion before the Senate. Doing so would amount to anticipation of debate, which is an infringement of Standing Order 99 of the Senate Standing Orders. Accordingly, it shall be out of order, within the meaning of Standing Order 122, for any senator to make comments, whether written or spoken, relating to the conduct of the governor or the impeachment process outside the confines of the impeachment proceedings, as such comments may prejudice the fair and just outcome of this process. Honorable Senators, during this 13th Parliament, the Senate has dealt with 8 impeachment proceedings, 2 of which were considered by the special committees and 6 by the Senate sitting in plenary, including one involving a deputy president. Notably, this will be the second time the Senate will be considering proceedings against the said governor. It is important that we draw on the best practices established in previous proceedings as we deliberate on this particular matter. The Senate will be sitting as a quasi-judicial body and will conduct investigations into the alleged violation of the Constitution and the law, and thereafter make its determination on the matter. Let me remind you that the impeachment hearing is not just a procedural formality, but a critical process that plays a crucial role in upholding the principles of democracy and good governance. This hearing is one of the Senate's most vital oversight functions and key responsibilities. I conclude by urging all honorable senators to exercise the highest level of responsibility on this particular matter. I thank you. Next order, clerk.
Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers. Order number 6, notices of motion.
Senate Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise to give notice of the following motion, which is the alteration of the Senate calendar for the 4th session, that notwithstanding the resolution of the Senate made on the 19th of February 2025, which is the approval of the Senate calendar pursuant to Standing Order number 32-4, the Senate resolves to extend the recess so as to resume regular sittings for Part 4 of the 4th session, Part 5 rather, sorry, of the 4th session on Tuesday, the 23rd of September 2025, and that the Senate calendar regular sessions for the 4th session 2025 be altered accordingly. Can I do the other motion, Speaker?
Yes, proceed to give notice to that motion.
This is notice of the second motion, Mr. Speaker, which is the establishment of a special committee to investigate the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Eric Mutahi, the Governor of Kericho County. That whereas pursuant to Article 181 of the Constitution and Section 33 of the County Governments Act, on Friday the 15th of August 2025, the County Assembly of Kericho County approved a motion for the removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Eric Mutahi, Governor for Kericho County.
Order, honorable senators. Kindly hear the Majority Leader in silence. Proceed, Majority Leader.
And further, whereas by letter reference KCA SP/3 Volume 139, dated Friday 15th August 2025, received in the office of the Speaker of the Senate on Monday 18th 2025, the Speaker of the County Assembly of Kericho informed the Speaker of the Senate of the approval of the motion by the County Assembly and further forwarded to the Speaker of the Senate documents in evidence of the proceedings of the Assembly. And whereas pursuant to Section 33(3)(b) of the County Governments Act and Standing Order number 81(b)(1) of the Senate by resolution may appoint a special committee comprising 11 of its members to investigate the matter. Now therefore, pursuant to Section 33(3)(b) of the County Governments Act and our own Standing Order number 81(b)(1), the Senate resolves to proceed on this matter by way of the establishment of a special committee to investigate the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Eric Mutahi.
Next order.
Order number 7, questions and statements. Order number 8, motion, alteration of the Senate calendar for the 4th session.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to move this motion. I beg to move the motion that notwithstanding the resolution of the Senate made on the 19th of February 2025, which is the approval of the Senate calendar pursuant to Standing Order number 32(4), the Senate resolves to extend recess so as to resume regular sittings of Part 5 of the 4th session on Tuesday, the 23rd of September 2025, and that the Senate calendar regular sessions for the 4th session 2025 be altered accordingly. Mr. Speaker, as you are aware, we are supposed to be on recess until the 7th of September. But given rise, because of the special matter that is before us as a House, recess has been interrupted, Mr. Speaker. We are here today, and depending on how the House chooses to treat the next motion which we shall be moving, Mr. Speaker, we are likely to be seated again next week to consider that particular matter. Having done that, Mr. Speaker, then it passes by way of common logic that the work which committee is intended to carry out in these 2 weeks will actually be greatly interfered with. Many people interpret, Mr. Speaker, that recess is a time to rest only, but recess is a time for work as well. There are committees that had scheduled public participations, bills that they wanted to consider, people wanted to visit with their constituents, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, in light of the fact that there has been a 2-week interruption, that is this week and next week, because you never know, Mr. Speaker, we have actually provided for the 3 days in the request that we made to you, because it has happened previously where, in consideration of impeachment hearings, Mr. Speaker, we have sat up to as late as 3 a.m., and therefore, just out of the abundance of caution, Mr. Speaker, we normally request for 3 days. That being the case, Mr. Speaker, it means that the whole of next week again, this House will be sitting. And therefore, we sat at SBC this morning, deliberated, and felt that in the greater interest of the institution and the work that was to be carried out by members in these 2 weeks of recess, to further extend our recess by a further 2 weeks. And therefore, that is the basis of this motion. It's a fairly straightforward request, Mr. Speaker, which I want to ask the Leader of Minority, Senator Matzayo, to second, and then we can proceed with the other business. I thank you.
I second.
Now, Honorable Senators, I will now propose the question. That notwithstanding the resolution of the Senate made on the 19th of February 2025, approval of the Senate calendar pursuant to Standing Order 32(4), the Senate resolves to extend the recess as to resume regular sittings of Part 4 of the 4th session on Tuesday, 23rd September 2025, and that the Senate calendar regular sessions of the 4th session 2025 be altered accordingly. Now, the floor is open for debate. With your concurrence, Honorable Senators, I may proceed to put the question. Very well. I will now proceed to put the question. The notwithstanding the resolution of the Senate made on the 19th of February 2025, approval of the Senate calendar pursuant to Standing Order 32(4), the Senate resolved to extend the recess so as to resume regular sitting for Part 5 of the 4th session on Tuesday, 23rd September 2025, and that the Senate calendar regular sessions for the fourth session 2025 be altered accordingly. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next order.
Order number 9, motion, establishment of a special committee to investigate the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Eric Mutahi, Governor of Kericho County.
The majority leader.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to move the following motion, which is the establishment of a special committee to investigate the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Eric Mutahi, the Governor of Kericho County, that whereas pursuant to Article 181 of the Constitution and Section 33 of the County Governments Act, on Friday, the 15th of August 2025, the County Assembly of Kericho approved a motion for the removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Eric Mutahi, Governor of Kericho County. And further, whereas by letter reference KCEA/SP/3 volume 139 dated the Friday of 15th August 2025, received in the office of the Speaker of the Senate on the Monday, the 18th of August 2025, the Speaker of the County Assembly of Kericho informed the Speaker of the Senate of the approval of the motion by the County Assembly and further forwarded to the Speaker of the Senate documents in evidence of the proceedings of the Assembly. And whereas pursuant to Standing Order number 33(3)B of the County Governments Act and Standing Order number 81(b)(1) of the Senate by resolution may appoint a special committee comprising 11 of its members to investigate the matter. Now, therefore, pursuant to Section 33(3)B of the County Governments Act and Standing Order number 81(b)(1, the Senate resolves to proceed on this matter by way of establishment of a special committee to investigate the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Eric Mutahi, Governor of Kericho County. Mr. Speaker, this is another procedure that members are now accustomed to, that every time we have an impeachment hearing, the House must make a decision whether to investigate by way of special select committee or by the plenary the matter that is before us. Mr. Speaker, I can already hear what people are saying, much as I'm not supposed to, including my good friend Senator Boni Alwale, who's asking me that in compliance with the conflicts of interest bill that is now on law to declare my interest in this matter. Mr. Speaker, I have no peculiar interest in this matter other than justice for the people of Kericho. Nothing else. Mr. Speaker, that is not a subject of debate at this point. And the majority whip, Mr. Speaker, should know that at this point, what we are discussing is whether to investigate this matter by way of committee or by plenary, Mr. Speaker. And we have pursued both ways in the past with almost near equal results. If you look at the statistics, if I'm not wrong, Mr. Speaker, this must be the 17th or 18th impeachment that you're considering. And almost all, Mr. Speaker, have been considered almost in equal number, some by way of special committee, and nearly an equal number also, Mr. Speaker, by plenary. And both routes have returned the two possible verdicts, which is either to confirm the charges, Mr. Speaker, or fail to confirm the charges in equal measure as well, Mr. Speaker. The point, Mr. Speaker, is that there is no process or route, Mr. Speaker, that is flawed. It is the members to determine which route they want to consider a particular matter. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, reading the mood of the House, because I've been in this House long enough, and I know when people are listening, and I know when they are not, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I beg to move and request the leader of minority, Senator Justice Retired Stewart Mazayo, to second this motion. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Asante mstahiki Spika. Mimi nakataa.
Order, order, honorable senators. Order. Order. Senator Faki, you can only raise a point of order when a colleague is on their feet. Yes, what's your clarification that you're seeking?
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much for this opportunity. The leader of the majority party has moved the motion, and the minority leader has objected, negated, or objected to the motion. So in our standing orders, can we really improve that maybe there is a recourse? Because maybe I'm not satisfied with his recusal or refusal to second. So in our standing orders, I'm not talking to the speakers, to the senators. I'm addressing my time to the speaker, who is the end of this house. And if I was to talk to you not in this forum, I could have talked to you in other companies. So Honorable Speaker, is it possible that at some point, maybe we can change our standing orders also, maybe in a way that if the seconder is not ready to second the motion, so the motion die there, or maybe we can initiate another motion another day, that those who are ready to support the motion on our speaker can be able to do it. It has happened several
order,
Speaker.
Order, Honorable Senator. Conclude, Honorable Senator Fomeru. Kindly conclude your intervention.
So, Honorable Speaker, is it possible that we can have another option? Can we have another option that also this motion can still be looked at in a different way, Mr. Speaker?
Order, Honorable Senators. Order. Senator Fomeru, you have valid concerns, but those concerns are for the future. We have a situation to handle today. The majority leader had somebody to second his motion. The proposed person was the minority leader who did not second the motion. The majority leader did not appoint any other person. It is his motion. So allow me to read the ruling on the effect of lack of secondment of a motion as per our standing orders. Thank you. Now, honorable senators, as you may have noticed, the Senate Majority Leader moved the motion at order number 9 on today's order paper for the establishment of a special committee to investigate the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Eric Mutahi, Governor of Kericho County. The motion failed to be seconded and therefore deemed to have been withdrawn pursuant to Standing Order 71 of the Senate Standing Orders. Now, honorable senators, as I communicated earlier by way of message, on the resolution of the Kericho County Assembly made on the 15th of August 2025 for the removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Eric Mutahi, Governor of Kericho County, Section 33(3)A of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 81B of the Senate provide that the Senate may, by resolution, appoint a special committee comprising 11 of its members to investigate the matter or investigate the matter in plenary. The motion having been withdrawn, the route of a special committee is abandoned. The Senate will proceed to investigate the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Eric Mutahi, Governor of Kericho County, in plenary pursuant to Section 33A of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 81B2. Now, Honorable Senators, at its meeting held today, Wednesday, the 20th of August, 2025, the Senate Business Committee considered the provisional dates for this investigation in the event that the matter was to be investigated in plenary. In line with the schedule of activities for an impeachment hearing in plenary, I hereby give the following directions. A, the clerk to issue invitation to appear to the parties on Thursday, 21st of August, 2025. B, the parties to file their responses with the office of the clerk of the Senate by Monday, 25th of August, 2025 by 5 p.m. C, the clerk to circulate documents received from the parties, including the plenary hearing program, to all honorable senators by close of business on Tuesday, 26th of August, 2025. And lastly, the Senate shall then investigate the matter in plenary on Wednesday, 27th of August, 2025, Thursday, 28th of August, 2025, and Friday, 29th of August, 2025. The Senate is hereby accordingly guided. Thank you. Let me read. Now, honorable senators, I have a further communication to make. I would like to acknowledge the presence in the Speaker's Gallery this afternoon of Ms. Carol Ann Nicolen Esterhuizen, a Director of Legal Services from the National Assembly of the Republic of Namibia, and Andrew Kipro Kaimugul, a student from the Moi High School, Kabarak. They are in the Senate for benchmarking and study visit, respectively. Now, honorable senators, in our usual tradition of receiving and welcoming visitors to Parliament, I extend a warm welcome to them, and on behalf of the Senate and on my own behalf, wish them a fruitful visit. I will call upon Senator Boni to extend a word of welcome, and also Senator Eddie Okech to do likewise.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for